today at Southern Conference Football Media Day here at the terrific Hotel Hartness. I'm Dave Friedman. We'll have Commissioner Michael Cross in just a few minutes, and then after his remarks, you'll have your opportunity to talk with the players and the coaches assembled today. A few notes before we bring up the Commissioner. There are several other dignitaries in attendance that you may want to talk to, but note, several of these people are not going to be here for the entire media availability. Chattanooga Athletic Director Mark Wharton is the chair of the NCAA FCS committee this year. Mark, can you raise your hand? He's right in the middle of the room. They select the teams that play for the championship. Very interesting person to talk to and a very big role. VMI Athletic Director Jamal Walton is a member of the FCS Football Oversight Committee. Jamal is over here to the left. And we have Perry Havener. He's our coordinator of officials here today. He's part of the SEC Consortium. He talked to our coaches and our players earlier. He's right over there in the middle of the room. Anything about changes to rules, how SoCon officiating works, things that are new in college football this year, please go ahead and spend a moment with him. The Southern Conference has had 6 different regular season champions over the last 6 seasons. This promises to be another really exciting season, a really competitive year in what we believe is one of the 3 best conferences in the country. Our true round-robin format, where everybody plays each other and you cannot duck anyone, is unique among the top leagues in the FCS. It's the only one. No one is able to manipulate the schedule. You must come to play every Saturday in this league. A true champion is crowned here. This morning, our preseason poll and all conference teams were announced. It's available online. Over there, we have a printed version. It'll cycle up here on the screen throughout the day. We also have podcasts with all of our coaches, video podcasts available on our SoCon website and also on our SoCon social media channels. Defending champion Mercer was selected as the preseason favorite this year. They were voted the top team on 6 of 9 polls. Each of the coaches gets a vote. You are not allowed to vote for your own team. The other teams to get votes, Chattanooga finishing 2nd in the poll. They've won 7 games or more in 3 consecutive years. And Western Carolina, who's been knocking on the door to get into the playoffs, received a 1st place vote. Mercer lineman Andrew Zock was chosen as the preseason Defensive Player of the Year. And Western Carolina quarterback Teron Dickens is the preseason Offensive Player of the Year. It really says something about a league, and again, I would challenge you to look at some of the other leagues, that there is a player on the first team from every school in the league this year. Western Carolina leads the way with 6 players on the first team. 4 other teams have 4 players each on the first team. If you expand that analysis to the first and the second team, Western and Mercer each have 11 honorees, and ETSU has 9. And with all that said, I'd now like to invite Commissioner Michael Cross to the stage. For those of you that wish to talk to MC, and I'd recommend that you do so, he'll be available following his comments here. And note, he's currently serving on the Collegiate Commissioner Association, the CCA Executive Committee. He's the chair of CCA 22 for the non-FBS conferences, and he is leading the CCA FCS subgroup.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody being here. To orient you in terms of how long we'll be up there, it's going to be a 10-minute talk. All right, I want to give enough notice for Perry to not get tackled before you all run over to the supervisor and officials and want to start grilling on questions. So, anyway, appreciate the opportunity to be here. As the Southern Conference heads into its 105th year as the 4th oldest Division I athletic conference in the country, we remain one of the most stable conferences nationally amidst unprecedented changes in college athletics. Our trademarked catchphrase, "It's all here," effectively captures the strengths and stability of the Southern Conference. Our leadership and geographic proximity are the best of any FCS conference in the country, and we are an exceptional example of educationally sound athletics, competitive balance, and national excellence in all sports, particularly football. These strengths are crucial as we respond to the evolution of college athletics. Conference realignment, new media partnerships, and seismic changes in NCAA governance are redefining what it means to be a Division I institution. July 1 ushered in a new era that permits institutions to directly pay their athletes, creating an economic model that has abandoned the days of amateurism and broad-based participation that has guided the NCAA since its inception. Two significant additional changes are coming. First, in August, the NCAA Division I board will vote to approve the Power Four conferences being able to dictate policy to all Division I athletics programs. Second, the NCAA will push for federal involvement in college athletics through a bill introduced in Congress called the SCORE Act. The bill is intended to address three key issues: to preempt state-specific laws that are undercutting NCAA rules, defining athletes as students, not employees, and providing narrow antitrust protection. Knowing that our voice will be further reduced in NCAA governance, SoCon and 9 other FCS conferences have retained a lobbyist to represent our interests on Capitol Hill. I view our advocacy as complementary to the NCAA and Power Four efforts, but SoCon involvement in national conversations is needed to safeguard our voice and values and ensure the SoCon's mission to provide an exceptional experience for student athletes, maximum exposure for schools in the conference, and sustainable financial support continues. Supporting the college athlete experience and generating exposure is only possible with loyal and generous corporate and community partners. I want to thank some wonderful friends of the SoCon. Ingalls Markets with Melissa Level and her team, who are woven throughout all that we do. Visit Greenville with President Keith Dillard and his team, who are sponsoring today's activities. Will Stewart and 98 Central for letting us use their amazing studio, and the Hotel Hartness and GM Albert Mertz. We always look forward to coming and being at this very special property. Shifting the focus to football, no sport generates more attendance, television, and streaming viewers on SoCon Saturdays. It presents our best opportunity to qualify multiple teams and advance deep into NCAA championships. We consistently have teams ranked in the top 10 and advance to at least the FCS quarterfinals. The SoCon has seen 6 different champions in the last 6 years, a feat no other conference has demonstrated. Yet, we fight an uphill battle with the NCAA selection committee and poll voters. Sometimes it appears that the data are being used like a drunk uses a lamppost for support rather than illumination. The anecdotal evidence of these concerns is ample, and it didn't take long to confirm using artificial intelligence to analyze the past 3 seasons. Let me share what those uphill battles are. Reliance on outdated perceptions of conference strength that have not accounted for significant membership changes across the country, consistently overweighting mid-tier teams in those same conferences based on outdated perceptions of conference brand, ignoring annual conference scheduling practices where top teams usually avoid playing each other to manufacture perceptions of quality, anchoring bias, where teams that are initially highly ranked don't move down, and teams that are clearly emerging grudgingly move up even after head-to-head matchups have proven the better team on the field. Where you start is overly indicative of where you will finish, despite data points suggesting the initial valuations were probably wrong. Some voters publicly disclose their votes and some don't. Transparency is needed in the system to identify anomalies and outliers. And the ability to make accurate early predictions has eroded. The 2022 preseason poll saw 68% of the teams that started the season ranked remain ranked. The 2023 preseason poll saw that number drop to 52%, and the 2024 poll saw further erosion to only 36% accuracy. The NCAA selection criteria that have limited data points and unclear standards about strength of schedule and non-conference play is also concerning. Of particular concern is that some teams under consideration for at-large bids will play fewer than 12 games, reducing the rigor of the schedule and removing comparison points in conference and non-conference opponents. SoCon Saturdays make the job of the committees easy, maybe too easy, because we play everyone. We are notably different from other top FCS conferences since our teams do not get a pass to avoid playing each other. We are not able to manufacture an illusion of strength using talking points about a conference's brand. We provide actual data points through competition. In any given year, the top 5 teams in the SoCon should be on every radar screen and in every discussion about the NCAA championship field, and 2025 will be no exception. The strength of SoCon football continues to increase both in real terms and relative to other conferences that have seen attrition to the FBS or other FCS conferences. Perceptions about conference quality are lagging reality, anchored to hazy memories about decades-old history rather than the actual evolution that has occurred. It's all here isn't just marketing speak, it's reality. We have competitive excellence across online football programs, starting with the exceptional coaches and athletes here today, backed by campus leadership invested in success. Last year, we felt we deserved better. The SoCon receiving only 1 bid to the playoffs is a rare occurrence historically, and frankly, didn't account for the strength of our conference. This year, we will have something to prove. When selection committees evaluate conferences, they should recognize that any team with 5 or more conference wins in the SoCon is better than a team that doesn't compete against more than 40% of their conference. We will continue to advocate for proper recognition of what our round-robin format represents, the most challenging test of conference strength in FCS football. To the poll voters, media, and writers, we greatly appreciate your interest in the SoCon, and my comments are not criticism. They are intended to be consciousness raising, informed by data. Your passion for SoCon football is evident in every story you tell, in every broadcast you deliver, and further evidenced by your attendance today. The FCS football community benefits from your dedication and coverage, and the Southern Conference stands ready and available at any time to help you tell those stories. In conclusion, thank you to everyone who made today possible. The entire SoCon staff, the Hotel Hartness, our student athletes, coaches, ADs, and communication staffs, in particular staff from Furman and Wofford who assisted with this event, and of course we appreciate the media in attendance today as well. We're grateful that you've chosen to be with us for this Tuesday edition of SoCon Saturdays. The 2025 season is full of promise, and I'm confident the energy of SoCon Saturdays will yield high-level performance and an exciting postseason. Thank you for being here. The floor is open.